most pleased with seeing from the offense since you've taken over in the last couple weeks?
What I appreciated, what I just heard, maybe not what I've seen. Well, I've seen it as well, but Clint's a team guy, talking about Jordan, so I appreciate those comments. What I've seen is more cohesion between he and Jordan, between he and Nico. So it's been good. I've been encouraged.
Much was made about his partnership with Oba. What's different about the ways that he interacts with Jordan and the way that it's obviously early with Nico, early with both, but how would you sort of compare and contrast how they play off each other?
Well, I think what you would do is you'd probably just say this. I mean, it's going to be a bland answer. I mean, Jordan's not Oba, Oba's not Jordan. They bring different skill sets. So how Clint, because he was talking about Jordan's pace to get in behind, so he might stretch the field, open up those little areas for Clint on the first goal, especially in Orlando. You saw Jordy sprinting to the near post. Clint backed out. Tyrone found him the ball. I think with Oba liked to kind of be a little bit closer to Clint. They like to, pass the ball to each other. So it's just the difference of the two personalities that makes it, exciting and different. And, Oba and Jordy are just different players.
Sure.
Is it kind of an extra encouraging sign for you with Jordan with the unselfishness and the willingness to set guys up? Does that kind of demonstrate an understanding of the game that's advanced beyond a normal 21-year-old to you?
Well, what I like about that is he's learning, because again we're holding guys accountable, and there was, a couple plays in the LA game where, okay, Jordan has to, number one, he has to play well. Okay, that he has to, as an individual, he has to play well. But number two, then you have to work in pairs. So who is Jordan's pair? Well, he's with the forward. So he needs to know where Clint is at all times on the field. Clint needs to know where Jordan is at all times on the field, and then they work as a pair. You have the same process going on. Your two central midfielders, they need to know where each other are. They need to play well first. Then they need to be as a pair. Your outside back, your outside midfielder, that's a pair. The two center backs are a pair. And you get all these pairs working together, and then all of a sudden you have a really strong team.
What is it for you as a coach to have a player that works as hard as Nelson Valdez but just cannot get that goal that he desires so much? Is there any way that you treat him? Do you talk to him, come at him, make sure that he stays motivated?
The goal that he deserves, I'll correct you there. And you saw the last bit of training today. We had three different groups. The defenders were working, the midfielders were working, and the forwards were working. So we're cognizant. I saw Nelson's tweet. He's such a, guy that does everything for the team. We appreciate that very much. And we work every day for not just Nelson, but all the forwards to try and score more goals.
What are some early thoughts on Real Salt Lake? Burrito Martinez, such a high player.
Good team, good player. You can't forget Morales. You can't forget Becker. I mean, they have a good team. So it's going to be a tough match.
Clint back sort of finding his rhythm for the national team. Do you think that he's back and settled in? And is it hard, do you think, to regain your footing when you leave the team for such a significant chunk of time to get back and sort of pick up where you left off?
I think there's challenges with that, Matt. I mean, the whole season has seemed to have been a bit of a challenge. So, don't have the best start, then he goes away, then he comes back. Now he's got 3 goals. Nico's incorporated in the team. Flacco's here. Jordan's kind of budding, blossoming a little bit as a forward. So I think it's just a growing process, learning curve for all of them. But I think it is difficult. But you heard him. Again, you heard him. His interview was great. I mean, he's for the team. He'll do whatever it takes. We got the team headed in the right direction.